Oh my goodness, do I got a video for you today. This video, I promise you, I'm willing to stake everything on it, is going to put a smile on your face. I honestly think if President Trump, well, President Trump is an entertainer, but if President Trump and JD Vance were not in public service, this dynamic duo could go on the road. They could have a residency in Las Vegas. I'm going to share with you, this is like so good. President Trump and Vance turning trolling into an art form. Like it is a master class on trolling, and not trolling in the personal ad hominem attack way, but in like the psyop, psychologically mastery kind of way. It is brilliant against AOC, the squad, and this new radical socialist, anti-American Muslim Amandi, who just won the primary in New York City. I know a lot of you have probably already heard of that. I'm also going to share with you the NATO director, Rudy, calling President Trump daddy. And then I'm going to just end it all with a beautiful dessert to send us home. President Trump, Pete Hegseth, absolutely obliterating. I can't use that word anymore. But no, they go off on fake news media right to their faces. It's a glorious clip. Stick around for that. But first, check this out. Personally, I'm always a fan when President Trump goes after the fake news, propagandist corporate media, because they deserve it. They are literally the most dangerous entity in the United States of America, the most dangerous enemy within, even more dangerous than these radical Democrats and hypocrites, because they're the ones who are feeding our citizens, our fellow friends, family, neighbors. They're the ones that are causing this lunacy to perfume across the country and infect a lot of people, especially, it seems like, white liberal women. I don't understand where that comes from. Okay, so Trump calling out Natasha Bertrand. Here's a quick image of her. This is Natasha Bertrand from CNN. She's the one that said that the Hunter laptop story, there was nothing there right before the election, the last election. Check out what Trump says right here. Trump says, Natasha Bertrand should be fired from CNN. I watched her for 3 days doing fake news. She should be immediately reprimanded and then thrown out like a dog, like a dog. She lied on the laptop like a dog. She lied on the laptop from hell story, and now she lied on the nuclear site story, attempting to destroy our Patriot pilots by making them look bad when in fact they did a great job and hit pay dirt, which they did, our military. I mean, this fake propagandist news, they just never, ever, again, just like he said to the State of the Union, this guy could cure cancer, and they'd somehow be like, that's racist. They would call it racist if they cured our cancer. Total obliteration. She should not be allowed to work at fake news CNN. It's people like her who destroyed the reputation of a once great network. Her slant was so obviously negative. Besides, she doesn't have what it takes to be an on-camera correspondent. Not even close. Fire Natasha. And then just a little bit of contextuality. So Natasha Bertrand's past reporting on the Hunter Biden laptop story, as I said earlier, where she skepticized and was later contradicted by federal prosecutors using the laptop as evidence in a 2024 criminal case, highlighting a shift from mainstream dismissal to legal validation. So they used the actual laptop case in his gun trial, if you remember that, where Hunter Biden was found guilty. It ties her to a recent leak of a DIA report on Iran's nuclear facilities published just hours earlier on June 25th by Axios. This was today, which she challenged Trump's claim of total obliteration, suggesting a pattern of contentious reporting that has fueled political friction. Is that's not an understatement? I don't know what is. Iran themselves admitted on Al Jazeera that they have badly damaged. Their nuclear sites were badly damaged. So I love it when he calls out the fake media. Okay, I want to go to our amazing Vice President, J.D. Vance. I don't care, Mr. I don't care, Margaret. J.D. Vance recently started a Blue Sky social media site. Blue Sky is literally the radical left's kind of version of X, if you will. It's doing terribly. It's doing awful. And the worst people are on there. I highly recommend you don't. But he started his very first post This is the art of trolling. He says, "Hello, Blue Sky. I've been told," this is before he was verified, you can see there. "I've been told this app has become the place to go for common sense political discussion and analysis. I'm so thrilled to be here to engage with all of you." He was then blocked. I think something like the most blocked account on the site, which wasn't a shock. And then his account got banned and he had to actually be physically reinstated. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. The radical hypocrite Dem liberals got so scared and so triggered that they reported JD Vance's account. It got banned and then it got reinstated after he got this. He got a verified check mark on Blue Sky Social, and his only aim was to troll, because I know he's a lot more active on X. He is saying, "Congratulations to the new leader of the Democrat Party, Zoran Mamandi." This guy, literally, I can't wait. I'm going to share with you some facts on Mamandi. This guy is going to turn New York City into the slums of Somalia. It's just one of the biggest travesties ever. I'm not even sure if it was legit, but I'm not going to get into that. That's not what this video is. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Biden 2.0. I don't know how this guy won. I can't understand why New York City wants their city to crumble. Why? You want your city to turn into Los Angeles, Chicago? Like, why? This is probably my all-time favorite post of JD Vance's that he posted. Blue Sky. President Trump just said to Iran's nuclear program, "No way, Jose." This is a play on Jose Padilla. So good. Oh my God, I love this guy. He's the perfect VP. He's the perfect candidate for 2028. Let me know if you agree with that. By the way, who do you think should run? Free poll. Let me know in the comments. Who do you think would be a good running mate for JD Vance in 2028? A lot of people are saying maybe Donald Trump Jr. A lot of people are saying maybe Tulsi Gabbard, maybe Vivek. I don't know. Vivek's kind of been out of the loop. Something happened with Vivek, just like something happened with Matt Gaetz, that we have no idea what's going on, but I'm not going to get into that. Let me know who you think. Maybe Pete Hegseth. A lot of people are saying Pete Hegseth would be a good running mate. That might be amazing. Maybe Marco Rubio. That sounds pretty good. Let me know who you think in the comments down below. So after all that, okay, after this Mamdani, and by the way, if you don't know who Mamdani is, I'm going to tell you in just a little second, but Trump then goes on Truth Social and then trolls the Democrats. First he goes, "It finally happened. The Democrats have crossed the line. Zoran Mamdani, 100% communist lunatic," which he's 100% right about that, "has just won the Dem primary and is on his way to becoming mayor. We've had radical lefties before, but this is getting a little ridiculous." Oh, I love his raw authenticity. This is exactly how we all feel. He looks terrible. His voice is grating. He's not very smart. He's got AOC +3 dummies all backing him. And even our great Palestinian senator, crying Chuck Schumer, is groveling over him. Yes, this is a big moment in the history of our country. I mean, can you put it any more perfect than that? That's absolutely perfect. And then in probably the greatest troll post of all time, Trump then posts, "I have an idea for the Democrats to bring them back into quote unquote play. After years of being left out in the cold, including suffering one of the greatest losses in history, the 2024 presidential election, the Democrats should nominate low IQ candidate Jasmine Crockett for president, and AOC +3 should be respectively vice president at 3 high-level members of the cabinet. Added together with our future communist mayor of New York City, Zoran Mamdani, and our country is really screwed." I love this. He just endorsed Crockett, AOC, and Mamdani. It's genius. This is the art of trolling. This is how you do social media. This is how you get underneath the skin and produce major liberal tears. I mean, this is art. So this New York Post cover got AOC totally triggered. And she was saying, "Look at these scare tactics. I can't believe this. This is just more billionaire tactics. We're not going to let this get in our way." But the New York Post says it aptly, NYC SOS. Who will save this city after radical socialist batters Cuomo in a Democratic mayoral primary? Now the only hope of New York, I can't even believe I'm saying this, it's Eric Adams. Can you believe this? And just in case you need proof, here is some of Mamdani's, highlights here. So he wants to support ending cash bail, repealing the walk while trans ban, decriminalize sex work, legalize marijuana. I mean, it's like this is the recipe for a hellscape, an absolute dystopia. Permit safe injection sites? What? Restrict solitary confinement, enact elder parole, re-enfranchise incarcerated New Yorkers, decriminalize simple drug possession, repeal all mandatory minimum sentences, reduce maximum. This is from him directly, by the way, you guys. He wants to repeal felony bump up statutes, repeal sentencing enhancements, end cooperation with ICE. And then here's the coup de grace. He says unequivocally, we do not need an investigation to know that the NYPD is racist, anti-queer, and a major threat to public safety. What we need is to defund the NYPD. I just don't get it. I really, really just don't get it. First of all, this is eerie, haunting, harrowing, frightening, petrifying, everything you can imagine. But this is who the Democrats are now propping up. You got Pocahontas Warren saying, congratulations, Hakeem, nobody's dream. You got all these Democrats are getting behind this. Is this a recipe for failure in the midterms in 2028? Or are they that crazy that they actually believe this is what's going to get them across the finish line? I mean, this is the exact recipe that handed them the gigantic L in 2024 across the board. It's complete bat crazy. I can't wait to get your comments on all of this stuff. God, save New York City. My thoughts and prayers go with you. I don't know if this is a case of you vote for what you get for. I have no idea. I have no idea if this was even a legitimate election. I'm getting kind of Biden 2.0 vibes here, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Now, check this out. Trump was at the Nato summit meeting, in the Netherlands. And then you have the Secretary General of NATO, Mark Rutte, after Trump dropped that F-bomb yesterday, calling Trump daddy. Watch this.
We may do papers on it, Marco. Maybe we're going to do papers. I don't even know if you need them. They're not going to be fighting each other. They've had it. They've had a big fight, like two kids in a schoolyard. They fight like hell. You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes. Then it's easier to stop them.
And then Daddy has to sometimes use strong language.
You have to use strong language. Every once in a while, you have to use a certain word.
Okay, this might be my favorite response here. Like a reporter asks Trump about the daddy comment, and Marco Rubio loses it in the background. Watch this.
From Sky News. Mark Rutte, the NATO chief, who is your friend, he called you daddy earlier. Do you regard your NATO allies as kind of children?
No, he likes me. I think he likes me. If he doesn't, I'll let you know. I'll come back and I'll hit him hard, okay? No?
He
did it very affectionate. Daddy, you're my daddy.
Do you regard your NATO allies, though, as kind of like...
Oh, my God. Tell me that you didn't laugh hard after seeing Rubio lose it and Trump saying, daddy. Yep, he called me daddy. It was very affectionate, actually, kind of like Professor Nez. I love Professor Nez. Thank you, Mr. President. I love you. Okay. Let me know in the comments if you had as much fun on that one as I did. Okay, here's Trump and Hegseth. Watch this. This is the final clip I'm going to share with you. Hegseth and Trump. Absolutely, I can't say obliterated. I can't say that. I think that word should be just taken out of the dictionary now. Trump and Hegseth just scorching the media. Watch this.
We're doing it. It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay. All right, Kelly, go ahead. Here we go. Here's another one.
Hello, sir. Thank you very much.
We got them all today.
Okay. So, Mr. President, you talked about expecting some on-the-ground assessments at Fordo and other sites.
Now here,
is that
here
Israeli and U.S.?
It's been obliterated, Kelly. It's been obliterated.
What is your message then, sir, to the intelligence community when they present reports? You're not disputing the DIA report. You're just...
They presented a report that wasn't finished. We're talking about something that took place 3 days ago.
I understand that, sir.
The report was done 2 days ago. Wait a minute.
Yes.
They didn't see it. All they can do is take a guess. Now, if you take a look at the pictures, if you take a look how it's all blackened, the fire and brimstone is all underground because it's granite and it's all underground. You don't show it. But even there, with all of that being said, the whole area for 75 yards around the hole where it hit is black with fire. The group that's run by this gentleman, in fact, you may want to talk about it for a second because we're going to issue a report. And I think it's not even a very exciting report at this point. It's been obliterated, totally obliterated. And they did a report, but it was like, if you look at the dates, it's just a few days after it happened.
Sir.
So they didn't see it. They said it may be very severe.
Understood. Do you have a message for the intelligence community, though, in terms of unvarnished information getting to you, that it's not...
I don't really have a message. I would say issue the report when you know what happened. I wouldn't say that it could be severe or maybe not. They use the word severe. It could be severe or maybe it's not.
And
so people like you picked up and said, oh, it's not severe. No, the report was not a complete report. Yeah, the message was probably wait till you know the answer before you...
And sir, did you not have a public component to your Zelensky meeting for a tactical reason with President Putin?
Let him answer this one.
Hello, Mr. Secretary.
Yeah. There's a reason the president calls out fake news for what it is. These pilots, these refuelers, these fighters, these air defenders, the skill and the courage it took to go into enemy territory flying 36 hours on behalf of the American people and the world to take out a nuclear program is beyond what anyone in this audience can fathom. And then the instinct of CNN, the instinct of the New York Times is to try to find a way to spin it for their own political reasons to try to hurt President Trump or our country. They don't care what the troops think. They don't care what the world thinks. They want to spin it to try to make him look bad based on a leak. Of course, we've all seen plenty of leakers. And what do leakers do? They have agendas. And what do? Do they share the whole information or just the part that they want to introduce? And when they introduce that preliminary report that's deemed to be a low assessment, you know what a low assessment means? Low confidence in the data in that report. And why is there low confidence? Because all of the evidence of what was just bombed by 12 30,000-pound bombs is buried under a mountain, devastated and obliterated. So if you want to make an assessment of what happened at Fordo, you better get a big shovel and go really deep, because Iran's nuclear program is obliterated. And somebody somewhere is trying to leak something to say, oh, with low confidence, we think maybe it's moderate. Those that dropped the bombs precisely in the right place know exactly what happened when that exploded. And you know who else knows? Iran. That's why they came to the table right away, because their nuclear capabilities have been set back beyond what they thought were possible because of the courage of a commander-in-chief who led our troops, despite what the fake news wants to say.
Those of you who have been with me for a long time know that what Pete Hegseth just said echoes the same thing that we've been saying here on this channel. They are not objective, professional, ethical, consummate journalists that believe in presenting facts. They are architectors of narratives. And it's such a dangerous game. The composition, nuance, and detail that goes into architecting these narratives is scientific, which is why I'm so happy that people like me exist. Channels like this exist. I'm happy to be wrong. I always present things with hopefully, all the qualitative and quantitative data, as well as my due diligence. My wife is the greatest researcher on planet Earth. Actual subject matter experts, not people who went and got a piece of paper from some God knows what college that says they're journalists and then go read teleprompters all day, which are governed by puppet masters we don't even know or we never seen and live in the shadows. Probably the Soros, Clooney, Obama cabal. Just love it when Trump calls them out. I love it. And what Pete Hegseth just said, love that. I can't wait to get your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think of all of this. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on who you think should run with I think JD Vance for sure is going to run it. He might not, but I mean, for sure he's going to run in 2028. I would love to hear who you think his running mate should be. Please tap that thumbs up if you love America. You can even do it with your remote control. It takes you less than a second, but it really helps us out immeasurably. Make sure you check out these videos coming up on the screen right here. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. All you got to do is just tap it and click subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. And as always, may God bless you. May God bless Pete Hegseth, President Trump, JD Vance, this entire cabinet. And may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.